So, something did happen recently. So, we're in the month of August, and it was last Monday, which was, I believe, the 6th of August. And yeah, and it's quite extraordinary because I never thought I would have the chance, nor did I think the day would come. But I had a special visitor come visit me in London, and that little visitor was my mum. So, as some of you may or may not have known, there was a video last year that I did regarding homophobia over Christmas. I believe that was a very heated, emotional roller coaster of a ride that I've had to endure, as well as my mum as well. From different perspectives, to see two people arguing within a family, especially when they're siblings, to not get on at all, or be overcome with jealousy or insecurities, or some things that are completely out of our control, that led to a massive divide between my family and I. And yeah, it's been 8 long months of questions, questioning, emotions, and everything that I could possibly think. I thought at the time would not be a resolution. I thought that after what was said, there was just no going back. But in hindsight, I know that as human beings, and we all say it's never going to go back. I'll never be friends with that person. I'll never speak to them again. It's like when you're a child and you're like, that's it, I'm moving out at 10 years old. Where are you going to go at 10, Kyle? Yeah, where are you going to go at 10? But after a lot of heartbreak and a lot of, I don't know, just the way it did make me feel. But in this video, I'm going to explain how it came to be and how the roles did reverse this time because my mum did in fact come to London. Something that I thought would never happen, nor would I ever have thought it would happen under these circumstances. So, yeah, it was very interesting. So to mention, it wasn't just like a one-off. It wasn't just this whole, oh, I'm in London, I want to see you. It started a few months ago. I would say about 2 months ago, when a family friend of ours was getting married and something happened with flights, and my poor grandma had lost her husband, my granddad, 2 years before, and they, all my side of my family, which included sisters and their husbands and mum and grandma, they ended up going to France for this wedding that I wasn't going to go to because of the differences between me and my sister, and just the friction that it would cause. And I just don't think you should put yourself in those situations. It's not like we're in like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills where we put ourselves into those situations. I would just not go. So, to cut a long story short, they all went to the airport, and my grandma had mistakenly taken my granddad's passport, and it obviously she couldn't go, and my mum had to bring her back, and then it ended up my mum couldn't go to this wedding. And it was very upsetting for them both, especially my grandma. And my grandma had rang me that evening accidentally and explained exactly, oh, I was supposed to ring someone else, but I've rang you. And then she explained everything, and then I felt a really massive pang in my heart that my mum had driven everyone there and then driven my grandma back, and then apparently she was supposed to drive again over to France and get a flight to Paris to somewhere else, and just be alone and in this process. And yes, everyone can fly alone, but I just think it's too much for someone to go through all that. I'm not going to say someone's age because 60 is not even old, but when you've had when you've had cancer and things like that, it does knock you out. And I do think you've had your energy boost isn't that much. So yeah, my grandma was fearful for that, and I actually sided with her and said that that is a good indication of not going. So I think, yeah, that's it. So after I found out about this, I sent a text to my mum just saying, I hear that you have had all this drama and you're going to drive again tomorrow and get up at 1, get there 4 or 6, or it's just, I think it's too much. But if you're going to be driving and you're tired, please really be careful. And yeah, that was it. I didn't really hear anything back, and then I got a message back a few weeks later, and then we arranged a call, and then we ended up speaking together. And yeah, it's just, even though it was a phone call and it was a pleasant phone call, we arranged to see one another in the future, and the future became the 6th of August. So we had been speaking, not as much, nowhere near as much, and that was one of my biggest fears about it all, because of the counselling that I'm having and was having previously. It was a massive, like, things were being brought up about my past, about my childhood, like what had happened, and my relationship with my mother was always to do with pure honesty and raw. And now looking back, I should never have been that raw to my mum. You should never tell your parents exactly what has happened, or things that have happened in like high school or college or university and things like that. Like, I just don't think you can. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but throwing these, even if you're straight or gay as well, this is not like a gay thing, but I just don't think parents are well adjusted or even in the know of having, oh well, yeah, in high school I was, like, for example, in high school I was raped. I just don't think they are. I don't think anyone can adapt to that, or anyone's capable of saying all what they can say. And again, I have expectations which are too high, which is a bad thing about me. But yeah, in terms of that, like, the only thing they can do is just guide me to get counselling, which is like, the counsellor now has made me realise that even though it's taken ages, and it's like we've had to go back to the beginning and everything else like that, it just shows that they're not equipped, nor are we, but no one's equipped to actually give you the answer you want. It's not able to be answered. So looking back at my relationship with my mum and thinking about these things, the 8 months have been a blessing, because I've been able to go over things in counselling and go over how I want my relationship with my mum. I know at the time, in my previous video about the Christmas time period, that she wasn't able to separate us. She wanted us all to get along. She wanted all of us to be invited to parties and all get on and all. No, it's just not going to work. And I, for the first time in a long time, I didn't think she should go with it, and it really upset me, that, because I am so detached from my family. Not even saying that I'm detached because I am wanting to be attached emotionally from them, or because I don't have anything in common with them. It's because I live in London and they live up north, and that's it. There has to be a mutual respect, and there has to be there's going to always be love, and that's not the issue here. I love my sisters, I love my mum, I love my grandma. That's not the question. It's the respect value. So when my mum has come down, we've been able to go over what I would like and what she would like, and it was nice to have a full day together. And when we went over things, I said, is there anything else that you are confused about, or if there's anything that you need to be I don't know, anything that you need to ever mention from the past, or because I did believe when she came down to see me, that Christmas doesn't need to be mentioned. It could be touched upon if anyone else is confused. I'm not confused about what happened, nor was she confused about what had happened between me and my sibling. She was confused, however, about how it all went down and how we were actually pitted against each other, and how it did end up me being this side and the family on this side. and that's what she thought was very odd. I tried to explain it the best I could, but we did. We came to a very yeah. We came to the conclusion that our relationship is just us two, mother and son, not mother and children. We are mother and son. I'm close with my grandma, and this is the first time I'd seen her in 8 months, like I said, and I believe it went extremely well. It was very emotional, but in terms of growth and questions being asked, I thought it was beautifully done by us both. I thought that because I feel like I've changed this year. I think this year has made me a lot more stronger and a lot more. I'd say a little bit like prickly, but it's not in a bad way because I was so open to everyone. Like I used to welcome people with open arms and let a lot of people get away with things, and especially friends. And I feel like this has opened my eyes up to be just be a listener. I said to my mum like, I don't want to interject when you talk about things, because my massive thing about when my mum used to call me back last year, like on anything, it was like, someone's done this to me, Kyle, and this is this. She's not asking for my opinion, she's just venting to me. But I could never really understand or comprehend me just listening on the other end of the phone in London. So if she said something like, oh, her brother's done this, or my sister's done this, I'd be like, how dare they do that? How dare they do this? They have no respect. And really, it doesn't. She doesn't really want my opinion. She just wants me to listen. So I'm 100 times better at not interjecting and voicing my opinion and talking over someone, because it fucking pisses me well off that when people do that. And I was pulled up a lot for that this year. So I believe I've learned a lesson on that. So it was emotional. We discussed what had upset us and how we'd missed each other, and our relationship, fingers crossed, will prosper. And I feel like I have a very positive outlook on my mum, because my only reason for the nerves and the anxiety around it was that if I never could have the relationship like it was, then I wouldn't want it at all. However, with counselling, that question is actually a very good one, in terms of your relationship wasn't that good to begin with. Then if it all ended up the way it was, it may have been strong, which is now inevitably why it is strong, because we're back together. However, it wasn't strong to be put against two other people, which were my siblings. So love them, love my mum, but they are separate. So the here is too. I'm seeing my mum in a few weeks. I hope and pray that this is the start of a beautiful journey for us both, that we will make it. And I feel like the relationship has got a lot of promise, and I have missed her, because there was a moment when I'd met her in Euston with to go and meet her, and I was faffing at home. I didn't know what to wear. It was really hot. It was over 30, and it was just like, oh god. And when she says she was outside a shop, which I knew where it was, and when I walked over to her, I felt this overwhelming sense of happiness, because she looked like she was all in white and she looked beautiful, and it did hit really hard that I do miss her all the time, and I feel that there was something missing. That place had been just like an empty chair for 8 months. So hopefully, and I've got a lot of promise for the things to come for me and my mum. So yeah, we finally saw each other, and it does go to show that time is a massive thing. Take as much time as you want with people. Don't go down that road of being nasty or throwing things out there. I know I was doing it sometimes a few months ago when I got a little bit drunk. used to say things on Instagram or Twitter and just say like, oh yeah, I don't need my family and like my friends are everything. It's like a nasty jab, and like it's all right to be typing away and throwing that shit out there, but if you really are hurting, I only had one friend who actually read through those messages and was like, Hal, you're completely bullshitting yourself. Like, you are in pain, you are hurting, you are taking those slide digs at your mum that sometimes you might not be able to come back for. So really be careful if you're going through the same thing and you literally cannot understand their point of view or you don't understand what they've done. 8 months ago, would never have thought my mum would, first of all, come down to London, second of all, spend a full day with me, and thirdly, just literally respect what I wanted out of a relationship with her. Like, she really did open my eyes, and the time apart must have really changed her, which is fantastic, because if it hadn't, then we wouldn't be going forward. So, and it's changed me as well. It's made me a better person, and to see someone else's side, and to, yeah, just be stronger. And if you see a gem around all the dust and all the dirt, try and focus on that one gem, because that gem will literally be the strength of you, and it will shine brighter. So you'll never lose sight of it, and that's what I think my mum is. So yeah, it's been rambling on for ages, but yeah, I thought I'd just let you guys know that it all went well. And I know that I've mentioned a few times in this video about counselling, and I really strongly recommend, if anyone doesn't have the answers themselves or their friends aren't there for that intense bit that you need, I really strongly advise that you go to counselling. I think it works wonders. They do really help, and it's helped me loads as well. I believe that I'm a lot more relaxed person. Yeah, I just feel like it's the right thing. If you're able to get it, then please get it. And if you ever need someone to reach out to, or even if you need any contacts or anything like that, then I'm here. And if you check my Instagram out, my email address is on there, so yeah, feel free to send me an email if you even need any help at all, because we got to stay together, because I never knew it was going to end up like this, and I'm so thankful now. It's made me a lot stronger and a lot better person. So remember, take care of yourself, and thanks for watching. If you like the video, you can like it, and if you want to subscribe to more, please subscribe. So everyone, take care, love yourself, and remember, be strong. I love you all. Mwah. Thanks for watching.